Well, welcome back to another episode of the 323 Bourbon Library Podcast. We got a couple of our regular buddies in here. Giancarlo, Barsch is back. Thank you for coming back in town.
Absolutely.
And we also got one of my buddies here from Boston, John. So welcome, John.
Thank you.
This episode is exciting for me because yesterday was my buddy Barsch's birthday.
Yay.
And in a previous episode, we talked about how his intro into whiskey was Crown Royal. We don't drink a lot of Crown Royal anymore, but I thought it might be fun to taste the Crown Royal, talk through it, see what we get on the notes, give a little bit of history of Crown Royal because it is a very long and vast history. And then the fun part about this is because it was his birthday, we're going to have him open up a little gift.
Sure.
We procured
a
bottle of Crown Royal from 1973, your birth year, and you're going to open that bottle, and we're going to taste it, and we're going to compare it to today's version of Crown Royal.
Wow. I'm not really sure what to say, but this is probably going to be horrible.
Actually, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We don't.
And I think it's cool. It's our first dusty bourbon that we're going to, or dusty whiskey, dusty bourbon that we're going to review. And I think it would be, I thought that was pretty cool. That I was able to find one. Thanks to your wife for reminding me what year you were born.
If you pull out a can of Sundrop next, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, fair enough, buddy.
That was how I started on Crown, was in the Carolinas with Sundrop.
Oh,
that is Mountain Dew on steroids with 5 pounds of sugar in each can.
Oh, man.
Wow. That's how you describe what Sundrop is. And I don't think it's available really outside of the Carolinas.
No, I've only seen it down in the South. Yeah. Got to get that like extra caffeine in it and sugar. So let's dive into a little bit of the Crown Royal history here. So Crown wasn't just born out of the desire to make a good whiskey. It was literally engineered to welcome a king and queen. Its entire aesthetic was the crown-shaped bottle. From the crown-shaped bottle to the iconic purple felt bag stems from the high-stakes marketing gamble back in 1939. So in 1939, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth made history by becoming the first reigning British monarchs to travel across Canada. This was a massive political and cultural event. Samuel Bronfman, the head of Distillers Corporation at Seagram's, saw a golden opportunity. He wanted to create a spirits masterpiece worthy of the ultimate royal seal of approval. Bronfman experimented with over 600 different blends of Canadian whiskey before landing on the final recipe, an exceptionally smooth blend of 50 distinct whiskeys. He packaged it in a cut glass decanter shaped like a royal crown and presented it to the king and queen inside a regal purple velvet bag with gold stitching. The couple was reportedly highly impressed, and the entire supply of their royal train was quickly consumed. So the whiskey's timeline reflects how it evolved from a local luxury item into an international powerhouse. And while I'm reading, if you guys want to pour up this one, and let me get some other glasses here.
Sure.
And we can side by side these.
Nice. I haven't had this in a minute. Remember how long it's been?
In a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, maybe we can taste on the current version for a minute, and then I'll finish reading, and then we'll crack the 1973 version. So from the whiskey's timeline, it reflects how it evolved from a local luxury into an international powerhouse. Canadian debuted in 1940s. Following the success of a royal tour, Seagram's introduced Crown Royal to the Canadian public. It quickly became a sought-after luxury item, though it remained incredibly difficult to find outside of Canada. It's wild. It's easy to find here.
Sure is.
They expanded in 1964 into the U.S., and it was finally brought here. Its smooth, accessible flavor profile and distinctly premium packaging caught on fast, turning it into the top-selling Canadian whiskey in the country. The Seagram's empire in 2000 was dismantled and sold off. The Crown Royal brand was acquired by a global spirits giant, Diageo, who significantly ramped up marketing, sponsorship deals, and flavor innovations. So where is it made today? Despite the global footprint, every single drop of Crown Royal is still produced in one tiny isolated town Gimli, Manitoba, located on the shores of Lake Winnipeg. The Gimli Distillery is a massive, sprawling across 360 acres and housing roughly 1.5 million barrels of whiskey aging at any given time. The harsh, naturally shifting Manitoba climate, freezing winters and warm summers, forces the whiskey in and out of the oak barrels, giving the spirit its signature character. The ingredients are strictly local, using a vast amount of Manitoba rye, corn, and barley, alongside naturally filtered water pulled directly from underground aquifer beneath the facility. All right, I'm going to taste this real quick before we talk about the 1973 version.
That's a lot of facts that I didn't know anything about. I obviously never did any research on Crown Royal whatsoever. Just give me some Diet Coke or some Sun-Drop and call it good. I've never even sniffed it before. This is the first time it smells better than I thought it would.
Yeah, actually, if you don't shoot it or mix it with something, you're like,
cola.
It's not too bad.
Right.
80 proof, right? The base version?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a high proof at all. That's anything down there at 80 has got to be a good candidate for a Coke mixer or something like that.
Nice light sweetness to it. A little bit of a spice note, but mostly like honey sweetness.
Honey sweetness, I go with that, yeah.
Yeah. So is it different than the 1973 Crown Royal? Why don't you do a little unboxing here so we can see what this baby looks like?
Your birthday present.
Yeah.
No
This is where the fun part comes in. All right, it's intact.
Look at that cardboard, though.
This is clearly not modern day cardboard whatsoever.
53-year-old cardboard?
Remarkably good shape.
54-year-old.
It's actually a velvet bag.
Look at that.
If you want to do the math.
53-year-old cardboard. Yeah, I thought I was doing math right there.
The math is math.
All right, wherever this was originally sold, it's got the liquor label on it like they do in New York and a few other states.
Yep, with the year of distillation, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
So this sticker has been on here since 1973, and the sticker is not broken. And I'm going to say the bottle looks different.
Yeah, have they made a bunch of changes?
Let's see.
Take a look at the front of that compared to this. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up per se, but subtle changes in that label, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not just that it's aged; it's been sitting in a box with no sunlight on it.
No, I prefer the old label versus the new label.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pass down so these guys get a chance to look at it. Yeah. Take a look at that. Obviously, I've seen enough Crown Royal bottles in my life, so I'm like, it looks just a tiny bit different, that label on the front.
Yeah, I kind of like the old one.
And the label on the back is completely different.
Interesting that it's only 710 mLs.
Well, it's Canadian. They can't count.
One of the facts I believe that I found in here is that for a long time it was 90 proof. This one is at 80 proof.
Okay.
So let's see here. It says, is the bottle of Crown Royal from 1973 significantly different than what you could buy on the shelf today?
Cardboard.
The age on that cardboard.
No kidding, right?
But just the type of the cardboard itself.
Yeah, it's actual cardboard.
Right?
All right. So while the brand has always maintained a smooth, approachable profile, several major shifts in production scale, distillery equipment, and corporate ownership over the last 50 years mean that the actual liquid inside the bottle has evolved. The main difference comes down to three factors. So the production methods and equipment is first. In 1973, Crown Royal was owned by Seagram's and distilled using older, smaller capacity stills. In 1990, a massive new computer-controlled twin still was completed in their Gimli, Manitoba plant to meet global demand. Exponentially increasing output, whiskey enthusiasts and distillers note that blending the distillates from these two different generations of equipment changed the base complexity of the whiskey. So they say at some point it was bottled at 90 proof. We do not have a 90 proof version. We also have an 80 proof, so there'll be like for like comparisons on this one. The recipe, the Crown Royal, is a blend of dozens of different component whiskeys: rye, corn, barley. Because the individual component barrels aging in rickhouses change over the decades, the exact recipe of those 50 plus whiskeys has been tweaked over time to maintain consistency at a massive corporate scale. So whiskey reviewers who do head-to-head tastings of 1970s dusty bottles versus modern bottles consistently point out a few flavor shifts. So the 1973 bottle may tend to have much more of a richer, heavier mouthfeel. It features deeper notes of maple, rich caramel, dark fruits like plum or stewed apples, and more prominent, spicy Canadian rye character, where the modern bottle tends to be a little lighter, sweeter, cleaner, with a heavier focus on the vanilla and brown sugar, but less on the mid-palate.
I don't know how well this picks up on the camera for the folks that are watching it, but from sitting here under the lighting, I mean, I'll shift them around a couple different times. The older one is just substantially darker and thicker looking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also predates the plastic safety seal. There's no safety seal on here. So
Just
once
that
you
tax
once you
stamp.
bust, once you bust that tax stamp, that's it. It's over with.
Yep.
Could be a tampered bottle.
So the last thing here, bonus, if you look closely at the 1973 bottle, it will come with a tax stamp over the cap. You might see references to the ages of the whiskeys used. I don't know if it says that on the back or not. But up until the 1970s, Crown Royal explicitly used older whiskeys in its flagship blend, featuring whiskeys aged up to 10 to 30 years. By the mid to late 1970s, Seagram dropped the age statement entirely from the back label, and today's standard Crown Royal features no age statement at all, but is generally produced somewhere between 3 and 12 years.
So this one says Crown Royal, a regal blend of treasured whiskeys, some of them as old as 30 years, and each imparting a rare characteristic to create this superb whiskey of unequaled taste.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So, and last but not least, it says if you happen to have a bottle of this 1973 Crown Royal,
Right.
it's highly collectible and offers a literal taste of whiskey history.
Cool.
Let's crack it and taste
Very
some
cool.
history, buddy.
Yeah.
I was going to
Looking
say,
forward to this.
pop that top. Let's go.
Oh, you're gonna pop that. That's a you thing.
That's a birthday boy duty.
It's yours
Kind
now.
of uneventful.
no cork pop, but a nice little
cork pop?
little peel back from a cardboard cap.
Actual real cardboard cap inside the plastic crown top. Yep.
Look at that.
Here, let me get these.
I was going to let you pour them this time.
Well, okay. Just for the sake of time, we'll get these all poured up
Thank you, sir.
and see how these taste. Anybody had any dusty whiskey, or what's the oldest whiskey you've had?
I'm about to have a
No,
1973.
73 probably. We're here in a minute.
Nothing in the 70s, that's for
Many,
sure.
many years ago, we had a friend who drank Jack Daniels, and I bought him a bottle, and it sat for many years. So that's probably the oldest.
That's the oldest. I don't know if that's considered dusty, maybe.
No.
I think I've had a 1988 and a 1986 is the oldest thing that I've personally
Okay.
tried.
I've had a few wild turkeys from the 90s.
Okay.
Maybe mid-90s, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the what we're getting on the nose of these two.
Very different.
Compare them up a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're
We described the first one as being the modern one as being light and sweet and
Little honey.
right?
Yep.
Yep.
What are you getting? What are you getting off the older one, the dusty?
This definitely has a little bit more of a spice note to it.
Yes.
I mean, it's right there.
Man, it's got this like they said maple syrup, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it's Canadian. They obviously got to taste like maple, right? Being from Canada. But it does have this like maple syrup, deep, like sugary reduction type note to it on the nose.
I would go with deep and sugary and definitely I'm calling it a hardwood spice, but the spice note is absolutely
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit of like a light funkiness to it on the nose. I don't know if you'd call that dusty or what, but
I'm gonna dive in and find out.
yeah, taste it.
Oh yeah, that's
It does.
night and day on the palate.
That is not Crown Royal. That is so different.
Whoa.
That just hits completely different than what you think Crown Royal should taste like. I like it, by the way. It's good. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's because it's old and dusty or if they just made it better back then, but I definitely like it.
Oh, it's way
With that
rich.
spice.
It's way richer. It's got a little more spice to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell there's older
Mid to finish. Yeah.
distillate in here.
I got a little heat on the finish. Maybe I just opened my mouth, started talking too soon, but I definitely got a little warmth. Not a Kentucky hug, not a burn, just a nice little warmth going down. Much thicker, much richer,
I
much
taste,
sweeter.
I taste that funk.
Yeah. It has
It's much more pronounced.
it's like almost like when they say wild turkey has like a rickhouse funk to it, like that. I don't know what that is, but it's there. It almost has it's different than wild turkey. It almost has this like sweet texture to it.
Right. I'll go with that. I also taste that funk on like some of the Frey Ranch
Correct.
as well.
Yeah, and sometimes those I refer to like as like a graininess or green grains
Yeah.
vibe to it. This is interesting.
There's definitely a little funk to it for sure.
Now, see, I've been a big clowner of Crown Royal,
Everybody out there knows.
and Blanton's for that matter. And I had an 88 Blanton's, and it is incredible. If we could find those and drink those all day long, I would not be making negative memes about Blanton's because it's great. Same thing with Crown Royal. This older version is definitely a step up.
Yeah. But is it a step up because it's a dusty old bottle, or was it just better back then? Because I don't know if it would have had that. When you say funk, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm going, I don't know if Crown should have that funk. That funk might just be from age. But the flavors are so different in this.
Yeah, it could be the age. It could be.
I mean, we don't know where this thing's been stored, so don't tell me if
That's
you do.
fair.
You know, I'm guessing this was in somebody's grandparents' liquor cabinet, and they passed on, and then it got sold to a broker that they can move, unopened vintage whiskeys. In Kentucky, there's a rule now that you can get a license to procure vintage whiskeys and then resell them as long as they have not been opened.
Okay.
So there's a few stores like Justin's House of Bourbon there in Louisville and Lexington you can go to. You can try. They have a bar with open bottles of dusty whiskey, which is super cool. That's where I tried the two that I tried. But if you want to purchase a bottle, you can purchase it there too.
Oh, interesting.
Or you can offload your collection to them as well.
Did we look to see, because I can't see in the room here, what state the stamp is from?
Manitoba, right? I think it all comes out of that one spot.
The tax stamp? So this bottle would have been sold in Canada then, is what you're suggesting. It has a Canadian tax stamp on it.
Yes, yeah. That would the tax tax
All right,
would come from the
so it
distillery.
rules out. It probably wasn't spending its life in Florida somewhere
Probably not.
in a non-controlled environment. If it really was up in Manitoba, it doesn't get that hot there. So
No,
this thing's been sitting inside a bag, inside a box, possibly in somebody's shelf in the back of a closet. And if it was up in Manitoba, it didn't get extreme heats.
Right.
So it just sat there and just aged itself in a kind of natural, good way, I think.
It's definitely improvement. So, as the resident Crown Royal connoisseur,
I guess that's me. So I'm the
I'm going to stop shitting on Crown Royal because apparently they used to make some great stuff.
They did.
But a lot of bourbons are that way too, as well, right? The old stuff is better. What's your verdict? What do you think?
Well, I'm actually surprised. I just took a sip of the newer one.
I kind of forgot about that one.
I just don't remember a time where I've ever sipped on Crown without mixing it with something.
Yeah.
It's just not something I ever thought of. It was just always Crown with a soda, always Crown with a soda. I think it was you or somebody tried to get me to do like ginger ale or something one time, and I was like, nah, it's not me. That's not. I'm not a ginger beer and ginger ale, nothing like that. Don't do Moscow mules. But anyhow, can't remember the last time I sipped on it straight. So I'm actually surprised that I don't want to drink it straight, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And then I go to the older one, and it's just so different, potentially so much better, but that it's got that little bit of funk that I think is just from the age. I think this might have actually been a better blended whiskey back in 1973.
I like the funk. When I say funk, just to be clear, I'm not saying that as a negative at all. I think it adds a layer of like intrigue to the pour.
All I'm saying is I don't think the funk was in that bottle in 1973. I think the funk evolved
Could be.
over the last 53 years.
It could be.
My 2 cents if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if what we said earlier, where they were using a smaller still, it may have produced a different flavor profile in the past, right?
It had to, yeah.
It may have. And I don't know if that funk, it may appeal to you or us or more kind of experienced whiskey drinkers, but I wonder if that funk doesn't have the mass appeal.
That's true.
Especially, to your point, it's often used as a mixer.
Yep.
And when Diageo took it over, I wonder if they said, hey, listen, we don't need to keep doing it this way. People are mixing it with this, that, and the other. And by the way, palates have kind of evolved to a point where we don't need to have this 30-year-old distillate in it. We can, kind of dummy it down a bit, make it a little more palatable to a whole wider range of tastes and profiles.
Yeah, and I don't want to dive down the rabbit hole, so to speak, but if this is 53 years old and some of the whiskeys in it were 30 years old, that means some of those whiskeys were barreled in the 1940s.
Great point.
So and if I don't know how old the tree is, 60 years, 100 years old before they make it into a barrel, right? That tree's from a very different period than anything barreled today.
Very true.
Yeah, great points.
You could be drinking from wood that was in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Very different environment.
It's a great perspective. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
You're also just drinking, World War II distilled whiskey, essentially, or post World War II.
Yeah.
That's wild. So
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, this was
That's an incredible find. I think you
I
can do
appreciate
that for me.
this.
Appreciate it.
absolutely, buddy. I thought I
Thanks for
saw
a
it
good-
and I was like, I wonder if I could find one that his birthday's coming up, and I think we're gonna film pretty close to his birthday. So, I wonder if I could find a bottle with like that.
You did good.
That's on his birth year there.
The master distiller in 1973 could not possibly have imagined a day when there would be chocolate Crown Royale, raspberry Crown Royale.
Nope.
I mean, those days.
Peach, vanilla,
Right.
caramel. Yeah,
The flavor profiles that have evolved today are crazy.
They've definitely gone off the deep end with the flavor. But I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to appeal to
Yeah, of course.
the people. Admittedly, when I
that-
didn't like whiskey,
That's what the difference is. This has got gluten in it.
fair enough. Fair enough. Well, cool. I appreciate you guys being here. Happy birthday,
Absolutely.
buddy.
Thank you.
Glad,
Happy birthday.
glad we were able to celebrate a little the day after the birthday here with you. And
awesome.
listen, let us know in the comments. Do you enjoy Crown Royal? Have you moved on to it? Have you gone back to Crown Royal if you have moved on? Or have you tried any dusty Crown Royal or dusty old whiskeys? I think this is the first one I've tried here. I did procure another one that we'll do on another episode. It is a 1989 Wild Turkey. So we'll try to pair that up and see how that tastes to some current day Wild Turkey down the road. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you for listening in. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you happen to be listening to us. We appreciate your support. Thanks again. And to John, our buddy, thanks for coming through and good having you.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.